Dunk is edging me. All right, I'll open the random start run. I'll read that in 1 second. Let me open the random start. So if you don't know how random start works, if you type !challenge, the !challenge command should still be up to date. Noita random start location run. 2 attempts. I get 2 attempts. I get 2. It's not one shot. I get 2 attempts because you can actually start in a really, really, really shitty spot. Okay, if you guys don't know how this works, I'm going to show you, and I'm closing the bets. I get 2 attempts. Random spawns. So this isn't it. I'm just showing you an example. It will load me into a random spot in the world, and I get 2 attempts, which means if I fail, so this would have been really good. If I fail, I get 1 more shot. But if you want to see the places that I can spawn, if they're in red, it means I've already gotten a win from that location. So I've already gotten a win from Coal Pits before, already gotten a win from Ancient Lab, and already gotten a win from the Meat Realm. But as you can see, there is a lot remaining. This is supposed to be every biome in Noita. We are trying to get a win from every single one of them. And chat voted they wanted to try to get another one today. So let's do it. We got to close the bets before we go, because obviously you'll know too much. All right, bets are officially closed. Let us begin. I can close the Twitch integration. All right. All right. Let me move this up a little bit. Jungle start. Crystals and Spark Bolt. Jungle start. Run, run, run. This is one of those levels where you could easily just find that one great wand and then go nuts. An egg, I'll take the egg. I mean, I don't really like, you know me, I don't really like the egg so much, but could work as a, oh shit, this was a mistake. This was actually a huge mistake. Whew. I got lucky. That could have gone very, very badly. No, I don't want to go to the mountain yet. I need a wand. Oh shit. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, they all followed me. I should have grabbed that money. I had to. I had to. I didn't know what else to do. Come on, game. Give me something. Shit. We are in trouble. Not more love. Bold. More love isn't that bad, but we are going into the vault right now. Why did I not grab the heal? Is Holy Mountain one of the biomes you can spawn in? That is a great question. Yeah, see what right there? Holy Mountain. Huh. What is this? What am I reading? Is this a pasta? Dunk saying having to pay for the game cuts down Smurfs is idiotic and pure nonsense. I don't know how you could hold this opinion. I've been around video games for a while and I recently bought the Smurfs Dreams. And it is filled with Smurfs despite having to pay for it. I hope you change your views and become more knowledgeable on Smurfs in the realm they inhabit. I will learn from this. The Smurfs Dreams? Is that actually even a game? Are there Smurf games? There's probably Smurf games, right? The Smurfs.
Baba Booey.
Ow. Fucking ricocheted off the wall and hit me in the butt. We just need a wand. Oh shit, this is kind of fucked. This is kind of fucked. Going for a swim. Are you kidding me right now? Chat, shut the hell up. Dude, this is crazy. No! What is happening? Shut the hell up, chat! Jesus Christ! You're muted for the rest of the stream. You're too annoying. Oh my god. No! No, I'm glued to a fucking dude! Oh my god. Woo! Karma these nuts, Dodgy! What's up? What's up? That's what I'm talking about. Oh baby. Hey, we'll take it. We will take it. It is a wand. You want us to do what to your nuts exactly? He said karma because he thought I died there. Then I made the great escape and I had to make him aware that the God Gamer is alive and well. Revenge Rats is so tempting right now. Ooh, Polly out to save the mountain. That actually is a great idea. A little risky of a move, but I like it because we may find an early wand. We can come back up here and edit. I'm actually going to go with Revenge Rats. It may seem kind of insane, but I think it's the move. Here's to hoping there's not an enemy just camping right at the exit. Pollied our way to freedom. Okay. We actually have a biome modifier that slows down projectiles. So it's kind of helping us stay safe. This is a good biome modifier for us, I believe. Problem is the wand has like the shittiest mana regen I've ever seen in my life. Fucking 19. 19! My actual starter wand has better mana recharge. That wand should be ashamed of itself. Well, come on. We chillin'. We chillin'. 19, the exact amount of foreheads that Dunk has. Shut the hell up. Notch, is that you? You piece of shit? I'm letting my wand charge up. Looking okay right now. Sparkball, anytime you're running the fireball orbit, it's a little weird because sometimes you don't want to really aim directly at the enemy. You're wanting the fireballs to hit them, not the spark bolt, because the fireballs hit much harder. Okay, this is going to be annoying. Oops, swing and a miss. Trying to see if there's any nearby wands. Gotta appreciate how hard meta progression is carrying this run. Shut the hell up. Maybe some truth there. There may be some truth. He's talking about the Fireball Orbit. Fireball Orbit is one of those spells that I like to brag on how Noita is one of those games that It's not about meta progression. You just gotta be good. You know, anytime you die, it's a skill issue, all that kind of stuff. There's one kind of exception to that mentality or that perspective in Noita, and that is the Fireball Orbit. Fireball Orbit will not start spawning in your game until you have killed the dragon at some point in your Noita life. I don't know why the devs decided to be a little bit annoying with that, but yeah. So, yes, the Fireball Orbit that we're using right now is a little dirty. It's not the only unlockable spell, but it's the only one that I'd say can make a drastic change in your runs. I mean, as you're seeing right now, Fireball Orbit is causing a huge swing in things. Most of the other ones, I mean, they can cause, you know, like if you get like an early Greek letter, it's like, oh shit, you know, this is a big deal, but realistically, I feel like if you could utilize a Greek letter, a lot of times you could like just go kill the alchemist as well.
Dunk is a filthy hypocrite.
I'm sorry,
but I bet yes, so I'll let it slide.
all right, it's good, it's good. Because I guess the other ones that are significant, like an add trigger, stuff like that, which are pretty, you know, really helpful, and you unlock them, they're also really rare. So you don't really, they don't really affect runs that often. Fireball Orbit is not rare. It's a meta progression thing that is a common occurrence on like all your runs. That's why I kind of talk about it a bit more than the others. Don't zap me. Don't zap me, bro. Can I afford those wands actually now? Let me go look.
Cheer 100 to be fair. With Freeze the Dragon is really easy to kill.
Yeah.
Also, Noita needs to lock in right now. I have never been more of a hater. Dunk throw like you've never thrown before, even though you definitely have.
It's not about how difficult the boss is to overcome. It's about the likelihood that the thing that you've unlocked will affect your future runs. That's really like the meta progression-y kind of thing. If you get an unlock and it's like, ooh, what? There's a 1 in 1 million chance that it will affect your future runs, then you're like, yeah, it's an unlock, but it's not going to affect anything. Like, you know, if somebody has done it before on their file while another person hasn't, no difference. They're not going to see the 1 in 1 million chance. This is a very common spell that affects runs all the damn time. What kind of moves do we want to make right now? I mean, we could at the very least swap our wand over to a not shit wand, right? Kind of want that one. Yeah, so we'll have to get a little bit of money, but I think that that'll do the trick. Or get number 3 to earn more money for number 2. That is true. Problem is the rate of fire on it is pretty darn slow. 2,250. I get that. We pop off. There we go. Now we're rich.
See this guy right now.
Looks at number 4. Oh wait, were they referring to a different one? 3 years. Which one were you talking about? Oh, were you talking about this one here? That one? That's kind of a weird one to want to go with. But these are boss killers. And nice. I would like to have that freeze right there attached to it, but oh well. Here, I filled up the blood a little bit. Yeah, see, their projectiles don't go very far in this fog. They're barely moving. Oh, shit. We could let the mage just like RNG carry us, like just say, oh, teleport us forward, but we're in such good shape that I don't think there's much reason to risk it. Okay, dig through there, please. If you're curious, there's like little hot spots that you can see kind of have cracks in the walls, and those are the spots that you can dig through. They're consistent, so once you know the formations, you'll always know where the spots that you can dig through are. I'll point one out to you if I cross another one in a moment. A good digging spot that is. I mean, because there are ones right here, like you can see the terrain. That I believe that should be a digging spot, but you really don't really have much reason to dig there. You can see the terrain is. See that spot too is a little bit darker. Again, I don't see any reason why you would want to dig there. Oh no! Oh no! This is actually scary. That thing gets bounced around by fireball orbit, and it can bounce it into you. Shooting blindly where there could be swappers? What could go wrong? Go away. Oh shit. Got caught on that ledge. Oh. Oh. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. Oh, fuck off, fuck off. Okay, okay. Alright, alright. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to swap to Freezing Gaze. In Freezing Gaze, what it does is it will freeze, but the time that it freezes an enemy for, like how long they're frozen, is so short, it's insane. I think I could actually grab Boomerang, stack it with all the Freezing Gaze and stuff, and probably just one-tap the boss that way. Weird to do something like that. The problem is that the wrapping. This is not going to wrap. What am I doing? It'd have to be something like that. I can't remember how much damage we'll get there, but I think it'll be pretty good. We'll grab Boomerang spells as a little extra insurance to make sure that we have damage. Alright, so if you don't know, Boomerang makes projectiles boomerang back, I know. That part you can probably piece together on your own, but the significant part is that it adds a ton of damage to it. You gain, see, extra speed and deal extra damage. So these Freezing Gaze shots actually pump. So whenever I freeze the boss, he'll only turn blue for like a moment. So I don't know if I'll hit that timing very well. Yep, there you go. Easy. Even if I didn't hit the timing, you could see the shot alone did like half his health bar. So the kick was kind of like the cherry on top. GG, I deserve that bet loss. Thank you, Kurglow, for owning up to it. GG. And there we go. We have another random start location checked off. In fact, let me, that's win number 2631. Let's go to our mod. Oops. Wait, no, mod settings. We're going to go to the jungle. Or pyramid. Oh, underground jungle. So I was looking for just jungle. Whoops. All right, underground jungle. Boom. Checked off. All right. Predictions are open once again. Same rules we just played by. The only difference is there is one less place for me to go to, which is the underground jungle, because we just got a win from the underground jungle. So that means now we have completed 4 places: the jungle, meat realm, ancient lab, and coal pits. We have gotten wins from those locations as we are slowly trying to get a win from every single location in Noita, which is every single biome in Noita, which is quite a bit.
Dunk, what area of economics were you most interested in and which of testicles hangs lower on average?
What the fuck? Economics I was most interested in.
Answer the question.
Let me jump in the run, then I'll be thinking on that one. Let me close the bets. Start a new game. Let's go. Let us go. Okay, wait. Desert spawned, but I think it just spawned us, ooh, okay. Okay, this one's gonna be a little tricky, but if we get lucky again on the spawn, we can make it out of here. Let's see. So whenever you're going for, you know, like an economics degree, there's classes that are specific that you like, you know, mandatory you need to take for economics and stuff, and then there's certain things that are just like general business classes. And I remember one that I really liked was one that kind of covered general like consumer tendencies and behaviors. I think there's like lots of stuff to, I don't know, there's some like psychology behind stuff, and I really enjoyed that class. I didn't even remember the exact name of what the class was. I just remember the topics in it being like pretty interesting. And the ones that I hated though, because they had us take you had to take some of these accounting classes. Oh my god, I think in general business classes you have to take those. I hated accounting classes. That is so boring. It's like resident sleeper to the max squared. Oh my gosh, are we getting lucky again? Oh my goodness. I see you, big man. I see you. I know you got my back. Rigged? No. Sounds like you got a skill issue going on in there. Holy shit. Woo! That is a hell of a spawn. If you're curious what happened there, basically the world gen has randomness to it, right? And we happened to get it's set up in such a way that there was a gap that allowed me to get to the surface. That's a big deal because obviously if I have the starting loot, I really don't have much ability to dig. And so I had just the fact that I got lucky and didn't need any digging and was able to just walk out is kind of crazy. The orb? Oh, I should have grabbed the pyramid orb while I was there. Oh well. I'm proud of you, Dunk. It was so much skill and not at all luck. Somebody could have panicked and died to the early fireball dudes. You get a haircut recently? No, I need one badly. Right now it's like all slick to the side, which makes it look all funky. It's a bit greasy. But my haircut lady, when I called her up or texted her the other day to try to get a haircut, she said she was on vacation until January 1st. So I was like, all right, well, I guess I'm not getting a haircut till then. It's not a comb over. Shut your mouth. Yeah, I got the emo hair going.
So you just abuse and exploit us as part of our behavioral economics research.
Exactly.
Nice.
That stuff's really interesting. I think you guys would enjoy some of that stuff too. I don't know, maybe it's just my own perspective. I think everybody likes that stuff. But it's fun, like, hearing about, you know, companies pouring like millions of dollars into, you know, marketing research about trying to be like, what color, you know, do we make our can for this product? You know, those are the kind of things that are kind of fun to think about and discuss. But yeah, the accounting side of things, oh my god, I was like, please. Nothing put me to sleep faster than that accounting class. Yeah, there is stuff like chapters discussing whenever you have like community-driven stuff, which is like the fan voting new flavors. There's all kinds of fun stuff that would be discussed. Those days were pretty interesting to pay attention to the lecture. Besides that, actually, the most interesting class I ever had was a political science class. I've talked about this guy a couple times. In our stream. His name, he actually passed away, I think, in the last couple of years. His name was Alan Sachs. And he was a political science professor. and his class was actually really interesting, and he did things in like a really unusual way, which was like pretty much you never did anything in his class ever, and then you just showed up on the last day of class for the final. That was it. And obviously there was a ton of people that like, you know, essentially abused that, and they just I remember a guy sitting down because, you know, this place was packed. His classroom was not, it was like a stadium. It was packed. And there'd be hundreds of people, and I can remember one of the dudes that was like last day of class, you know, we're taking our final, and the guy sits down and he's kind of talking and he's laughing. He goes, "This is my first day here. This is the first time I've showed up actually to class," because everybody knew this guy, you know, that's the way the professor did things, is he just lectured and then he only had like a final at the end. And yeah, his class was actually super interesting. It was more like, you know how movies try to portray college as this thing where, like, I don't know, like intellectuals are sitting around discussing complex. Usually, I don't know, I feel like a lot of the classes felt like it was more like a just high school extended, right? It's like, here's the lecture, teacher writing on the board, you're taking notes, that's it. But his was more like what they actually show in like movies and stuff, where he would just sit there and he would just say crazy shit, and he would just sit there and be like looking at the audience. And he's the one that I told you guys, where one day, you know, everybody's sitting down, it kind of gets quiet, and he's just sitting there and he's like, you ever think about hitting the gas in a school zone whenever the kids are crossing, and people are like, what the fuck? This was back in like, this is way back in the day, so I guess you could be edgier and stuff. He's an old guy, by the way. He's probably like 60s or 70s at the time. And he had some mic too. He had like a mic and all that stuff. And then everybody's like, what? And then he just starts talking about random stuff, and like, that's just kind of how he was. He just talked about random stuff. Some of his stories were like stuff that's supposed to have like a general lesson. And then some of his stories were just him being bored, I guess, talking about random shit. Then the final you take at the end would basically kind of be like stuff that you've learned through his stories that he told, I guess. Class sounds fun. It was pretty cool. Like I said, it's how I always, you know, in movies, that's how it was always portrayed. Like there's these free thinkers and all this kind of crap. But in reality, most of my college classes just felt like, you know, it's like high school. But in high school, you know, teachers more hold your hand and try to, like, you know, did you turn in your homework? College doesn't work that way. It's just like, you know, I actually had a class, dude, I don't know who this random dude was, saved my ass. But most classes are, at the very first day of class, they give you like a sheet that basically gives you like, this is what the outlook for the class is going to be. It's like, we're going to cover these kind of topics. You're going to have these projects due. That's it. That's the only time they ever talk about any of that. And I had a professor that just didn't, they would never mention where anything was due, any projects, anything. You just had to, you know, you're an adult, take care of yourself, right? Well, I fucked up and I forgot one of the projects was like, dude, professor, I never mentioned it or anything, but because this is like the one of the towards the end of the class, it was like a project worth like I don't know, like 15% or 20% of your grade. It was something that was like pretty brutal. And so I remember I showed up in class that day, and I remember the professor goes, all right, everybody turn in your project stuff. And I remember being like, what the fuck are they talking about? And I pulled out my sheet, you know, that gives you your whole outlook for the semester.
By the way, he just finished paying off the debt he owed for this WEC.
Yeah, true. Oh, here you go. The story gets better. Hold up. And
I really wish
basically,
this guy right now. He is drenched in sweat.
it was something that had been mentioned day one, but now towards the end of this, you know, never got brought up again. So I'm like, fuck, I didn't do this project. And the guy sits down next to me, this guy that I never had talked to, but we sat next to each other every day in that class. And I'm just sitting there, fuck. And he looks over, he goes, you remember do your project? I was like, no. He goes, I knew it was going to happen. He said, no, she hasn't mentioned this the whole time. And I kept thinking, isn't this going to be due? But she never brought it up. He pulls out a USB. He goes, I got everything you need right here. He goes, go to the library, print this out. He's like, I got you covered, man. And then I was like, what the fuck? And so this random dude that's the only conversation I ever had with him. And I, you know, go to the library, and there it is. He had this whole project, and yeah, W classmate. Yeah, I was like, and I turned it in, got like 100 on it. And I remember I was like, dude, Fucking love you, man. Like the next day I was in class because it was like our last week to see each other anyways. I was like, I don't even know how to appreciate this guy. I literally just bought a thing of donuts. I go, dude, you could throw these in trash immediately. I said, I just didn't know how else to let you know I really appreciate you, man. Just gave him like a whole thing of donuts. Thomas Edison. Okay. All right. But yeah, so just some random ass classmate. But that's more like how, you know, college is like you got to make sure you don't fuck up on stuff like that, because there's not gonna, you know, they're not gonna hold your hand if you forget to do a project or something. It's like you just fucked up. You're gonna fail the class. But yeah, that random dude. Dunk would die for that guy. Hell yeah, he was awesome.
It was the all-time.
Oh god. Okay, I should have shredded that thing. Yeah, just there's some random really nice guy. I had that happen, and then another time I got my ass saved.
Assuming AI is trained properly on a rigorous corpus of material, do you think we will come to a world where AI teaches people as a form of budget college, uni education? Would you support that? Like community college light?
I mean, I don't know. That shit's tricky. I think it's because right now, whenever we hear AI, we have this preconceived, like, what AI looks like right now, and everybody's like, AI, you? But chat knows me, I've spoken pretty positively. I mean, I think AI, it's inevitable, right? Like, and not only that, AI hopefully will look very, very drastically different in the future than it looks now. We're just looking at, like, the baby form of AI. Like, we're looking at shit tier AI. It's because most things, especially when it comes to social media, when it's AI, it is pretty shit. Like, you got just fake AI videos ruining a lot of stuff, where it just starts to, I don't know, there's many things about the internet that kind of suck now because of AI. AI is just ruining it. And that causes people to have a kind of a bad taste in their mouth the moment they hear AI. With that said, I mean, obviously, if something teaches you something, like gives you a lesson, whether it's AI or a person, as long as that lesson is accurate, you know what I mean? Like, who gives a fuck? Like, especially because AI can give you, potentially would be like having a homeschooling experience with a insanely knowledgeable teacher. If it is able to achieve that, which eventually it should be able to, I don't see why it wouldn't, then yeah, it would only benefit from it. I feel like if you are saying no, it's kind of short-sighted, and you know what I mean? It's a little bit blind to reality. You want to try such a thing, like AI tutor? I mean, I kind of already do. I constantly am writing code stuff and trying to send it to AI and ask questions and stuff. I mean, obviously, most of the time I use like YouTube videos for learning the general lesson, but then whenever I try to apply that lesson, I need like something to help oversee, you know, my, like, hey, why isn't this working? Why isn't that working? And AI is my go-to. With that said, obviously AI can be pretty shit at that. AI can really suck with certain things. And also different AIs have different, you know, capabilities. But yeah, I already kind of do that. I've learned a lot from it. It's funny too, because if you try to do programming with an AI, you can't just be completely like zero knowledge and then just like program with the AI. You more are like a manager overseeing a person, like a worker trying to create code. You still need to be able to audit their code and understand what the hell they're doing. And like, you're like, oh no, you shouldn't have done this. Like, you fucked up here. I don't know. It's just, it's very helpful to have something to bounce information off of, and not just be like alone on certain projects or whenever you're writing stuff. I'm a programmer, and I agree with you. I mean, I don't feel like there's much to disagree on. I mean, like, the disagreement comes whenever somebody says, like, AI will do it all, right? Like, AI is going to replace all programmers. Maybe that gives room for disagreement and everything. But to say, like, I disagree, AI is not helpful with programming, it's like, I mean, depends on what you're programming. Like, to say that there is no use case for AI in programming for all skill levels seems really short-sighted. Programming is kind of the only thing I've found it consistently good at. Yeah, I've been impressed with it. Other stuff, like, some people use it for, like, life advice and shit like that. That's where it gets pretty rough, because it feels like, especially depending on the AI model that you're using, it almost cares more about being, what's the right word for it? When you're being, like, just like a yes man to everything, rather than than challenging what's being like proposed to it or asked about it. It just wants to kind of agree with everything. It just is like thinks, oh yeah, it's like push it along, push it like yeah, that's a great idea. That's a great idea. You know, like if I chop off my legs to gain speed whenever I'm, you know, swimming in water, you know, I'll have less weighing me down. And AI is like, that's a great idea. You're right. Legs do have weight to them. And this will cause you to slow down and moving in water. And it's like, what the fuck? Chill, chill. It doesn't mean that there isn't like anything to base its like agreement on. But the reality is there's almost always something that you can like say like, well, yeah, there's some truth to this. Does it mean like the overall idea is great? It could be like, no, this is not good. You should not chop your legs off to lose weight to then swim faster. This is a terrible idea. Instead, it tries to like agree and say like, yeah, I can see where you're coming from. This is, yeah. No. That's a very interesting question, Susan. Yes, I think you should delve into the possibility of poisoning your husband. This should definitely garner his attention. Yeah, I'm saying there has to be some crazy shit. I mean, people get those viral clips all the time of like AI saying something wild, but the reality is it just kind of feeds into whatever you're saying to it. So if you're saying crazy shit to it, it will almost always say crazy shit back because you're giving it crazy information. So it just says, yeah, let's go with this. Let's get wild. I feel like most of those clips go viral because people aren't interacting with AI and realize like it's not. It just always is going to say crazy stuff whenever you... That's not helpful, right? You need something that would, like, de-escalate a situation that seemed crazy. It'd be like, whoa, hold up now. I don't know what the heck made you think this way, but no, that's a terrible idea. AI once told me you had hair, and I believed it. AI can be gaslit like crazy, because you guys... Every time I'm seeing you guys fucking typing into AI about me having hair, it always says I'm bald. I'm gonna go ahead and move ahead. I don't know why we didn't really find that much in this area, but then again, I didn't search that thoroughly. Have you heard of the case where people with schizophrenia ask AI about their theories / paranoias and chat reinforces them? So messed up. Oh yeah, like I said, and that's another reason why people are so negative towards AI right now, because it can be very damaging. Like I said, if you feed in crazy shit, it's gonna give you crazy shit back. It doesn't do any kind of de-escalating. It doesn't do any kind of, at least in my experience, I've never seen anything that tried to, you know, like it doesn't try to steer a conversation back on track. If anything, sometimes it steers it even further into crazy time.
AI broke into my house and ate my cat.
That's the future we're in. DunkOrSlam's hair status. Does DunkOrSlam have hair? What? Based on the community discussion and stream highlights, DunkOrSlam is frequently described by his viewers as being bald. The Friar Tuck comparison. Some viewers have humorously compared his hair pattern to a Friar Tuck style, balding on top with hair on the sides. Mods, get the gun.
I really wish you guys could
Get
see
the
this guy
gun.
right now. He is drenched in
Take
sweat.
him out. Oh, rerolls trash. Wow. Wow. You know what? Let's go boomerang. It may sound a little bit silly, but we're going for a basic win. And we do have a circle of stillness if we wanted to get real crazy with it. And then I'm going to grab this, and we'll leave that, I guess. All right, we have boomerang. So boomerang, again, normally you would look at boomerang and you're like, this is kind of annoying. But our spark bolt that should normally only hit for 3 damage now hits for 18 damage. So it's a massive damage upgrade. And the more projectiles we get, the more damage we're going to do. So when going for something like a basic simple win, boomerang is just like gonna pump your run up so much that you can easily blast through scenarios that normally could be a little bit deadly. Like look at this, look how I'm just gobbling up the enemies. Obviously, I'd rather not have the pattern, the movement pattern be so awkward, but for the big damage upgrade, I'll put up with it. I'm so tired of those AI script plus narration videos. Yeah, I feel you on that. That's the kind of stuff where I think, you know, the moment people hear anything AI, they get very disgusted because if you consume a lot of internet content, you're constantly coming across that kind of garbage. Why does it increase damage? It's just the way that they try to balance Boomerang. They made it where it adds damage to all spells.
This guy right now, he is drenched in sweat.
So even something silly like teleport bolt, even teleports will have damage on them. You can actually kill enemies using a teleport bolt because of Boomerang's additional damage. What's up, Evaisa? This AI Noita stream kind of sucks. Why would they generate a bald guy in the corner? All right, Evaisa. Laugh it up. Laugh it up. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Does the spell boomerang increase damage? Only ever used it on heals. No, the spell boomerang will only give you the movement pattern. That's it. No damage, no hidden whatever. It just is the movement pattern of boomerang.
I really wish you guys could see this
The
guy
perk.
right now. He is drenched in
The perk is where it gets a little bit wild. And when I say a little bit wild, if you give me a moment and I find some more resources, you'll see that that damage is maybe even crazier than it seems right now. Like, actually right now, it's nothing special. It's like, okay, well, it's helpful. You know, I'm killing enemies. Let's see, it went from, what was it? It went from 3 damage to 8. So it's we're doing 6 times the damage that we normally would be doing. But it gets real crazy if we have multiple projectiles. 6 times 3 equals 8. Got it. Huh? No, I did 18 damage, not 8. 18 times 3 equals 6. Got it. There you go. Yes, perfect math. Okay, so we empty out some of the telly. I don't know if we'll do a great job at getting some of these juices out of them. We got a little bit. Here's what we're going to do. Shoot the bubbles. There you go. See, it creates a little pocket down there of slime. Alright, almost there. Almost there. There you go. 99% teleportadium. Good call. Oh, a player ghost. This one looks like it's shooting basic energy spheres. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Trying to chip away at him. Take the second perk and come back up with Telly. We could. Pollen, not exactly the best move here, because Pollen will boomerang back into our face, but I could do some digging if I cram it against a wall. Spark Timer is also interesting. Are there anything timers are better for than trigger? I feel like I almost always want triggers. You will, majority of the time, want triggers. But timers do have their moments they shine. For example, let's say you put like a homing mist. So basically it's a mist that homes and runs around and kills stuff. You don't want that on a trigger, because if you ever shoot, like an enemy's nearby and you shoot and it goes over their head, well, your payload had homing on it, so you really didn't need to hit your shot anyways. You just needed to throw it near them. So timers shine because you're just kind of, it's like when you're throwing out spells to that then have a mind of their own and take care of stuff, like with homing and whatever effect. But majority of the time you do want to intentionally shoot exactly at an enemy and then deliver the whole payload into their face. I can't really decide what I want to do here, because these timers are nice and I do want them. But I need this double, I need this, and I need these bubbles for additional damage. Which that'll make sense later why. What happened to that player ghost? Oh, found him. There we go, finally. Oh, it's a little basic ass wand. No surprises there.
Oh boy.
I'll swap that, I guess.
Picture of yours.
You know what? Screw it. We'll just jump forward. We're jumping ahead. We're not even using the fungal area to the left. You're just climbing on. Will payloads boomerang back to you or back to the projectiles they cast them? Back to you. Back to the player. So, for example, if I shoot this, this bubble after this spark timer, when I shoot it out, you'll notice the bubble flies back to me. Well, see, there it goes. Oop. Finds its way home. Ooh, potentially good stuff there too. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a non-shuffle, and the reason we want a non-shuffle is it allows us to make use of our boomerang that we got going on. So right now we have a solo spark bolt, right? And it hits for 18 damage. But let's say that we had a spark bolt and a bubble. I mean, not a bubble, a bouncing burst together. So normally this should do 3 damage, and this one should do 3 damage, so a total of 6 damage. But now they hit for 60 damage. They go from doing 6 damage to doing 10 times that, because they are sharing their amplified damage with each other. They're cross-pollinating that shit. It's like, it's fucking everybody's getting damage. So the more projectiles you put together, the crazier and crazier the damage. So for example, 3, 3, 5. So that means we should be doing a total of 11 damage. But on the statue, we do 138 damage. And we should be doing 11. So what you like to do is you like to put a spark timer down and kind of cram clumps of projectiles in this. The more projectiles together, the more damage. So our spark timer, we shoot it out, and you see there, 274 damage. We are pumping. And it isn't a complex build at all, right? Like, it's just like some random projectiles into a spark timer. Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. And this will insta-kill most things at the level that we're currently at. Should be great. Light? We could do yeah, you could do a bit of wrapping. I don't think we'll really benefit from the wrapping. I think we'll shoot at the same pace no matter what. You could put the light on there just for the sake of it. You don't even need to wrap with it. You just put it on there just to put some visuals. A little visual flavor. Why would light make it shoot faster? If there was a scenario that, let's say our cast delay was 0 and our recharge was 0.43, meaning to move from one cast group to another cast group, that goes by cast delay. To reset the entire wand, that goes by recharge. So something like light to wrap the wand, you like to do that whenever your cast delay is low. So for example, if I have, I don't know if you'll notice much here. Let's see. Nah, you're not going to notice much. Can you kind of hear? It's easy. This one's more of a, because it's hard to visually tell on this one so much, but you can hear the pattern. Because it's a shuffle wand, there's not consistency to it, so you're not really able to hear it so well. But every once in a while you can hear it fire off a little bit quicker. Shot, 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 shot. That's an example of it moving between one square and another square at that low cast delay versus sometimes having to reset to the beginning of the wand, which is the longer recharge time. So light is used whenever you have low cast delay, large recharge. There's many different reasons, but that was, the person was suggesting it because they were suggesting it in such a way that our cast delay they thought was significantly lower than our recharge, but as you can see, that's not the case. Show it again. I didn't catch the part in the middle. Don't get smart with me. This is so greedy to dice. We should just grab the heart. We get an additional, what would that be, 85 health. That's so greedy. Dice is nice. Yes, the dice was nice. That was so greedy. Oh shit, maybe too nice. If we grab eat your vegetables, if I grab eat your vegetables, basically the run will be on a timer, and it means that you have to kind of hurry through your run, but our damage will be crazy. Because right now we're hitting for, what was the damage? 274 a shot. With this, it's going to be, I don't even know actually, like 400 damage a shot? What doesn't die to 274 a shot? Exactly. Indoor Cat's like, this is greedy. We're already able to insta everything. Do we really need more damage? And also, if you're curious what chat is suggesting, they're saying drink the water, because right now, if you are going to grab eat your vegetables, you like to start filling your stomach up with water, because once you grab eat your vegetables, water's no longer allowed to fill up your stomach. So the more full your stomach is, the more damage you do. They tried to remove water as a way to fill up your stomach because they feel it's too easy, right? It's too easy to get your hands on water. So they're like, all right, once you grab this perk, water doesn't work anymore in filling up your stomach for free damage. So if you do it preemptively, fill my stomach, daddy. What? All right, we're gonna grab it just for the hell of it. So now we went from doing 274. Let's see how much we're doing now. 478, I think. Yeah, 442. Looks like we're doing 442 a shot, something like that. So we will straight up massacre stuff. One of the biggest fears we have right now is that in the jungle there is an enemy that causes your own projectiles to damage you. So we've made it where we're actually vulnerable to that. We gave ourselves so much damage that if a twitchy mage hits us and we fire off our own shot, we'll pretty much just die right away to our own insanely high damage. We will be done. And there's even a teleport bolt here, but teleport actually doesn't really have that much value for us now because of the boomerang effect. It's kind of difficult to work with. I can grab it just as like an emergency thing to get around simple corners and stuff. Another thing that's kind of nice about Eat Your Vegetables is that it does give you Hearty Porridge. Hearty Porridge is a liquid that actually heals your character, which is kind of awesome. And back in the day, it was pretty balanced because you only have a small amount of Hearty Porridge, so you run out really quickly. And once you do run out, that means you run out of the easy healing, and also you run out of the way to easily fill up your stomach. But they later added in a quest line called the Mimicium quest, or Cessation quest, depending on how you look at it. And that quest allows you to take any material and make like an infinite amount of it. That means you can easily take Hearty Porridge and just make an infinite supply of Hearty Porridge, which is infinite healing, infinite ability to fill up your stomach, which is really, really OP. So I don't think I'm gonna take the time to go do that quest right now. It's a really easy quest to do, especially once you have teleport. Well, actually, not so much because of the boomerang though, because the boomerang's gonna make it where the teleport is kind of shit. But still, I don't want to take the time to do the quest anyways. It's a little bit unnecessary. Consume. You think it's about time to eat a little bit? The only reason I'm holding off, I should be probably consuming my enemies, shouldn't I? Yeah, you like to drink blood. The blood of your enemies is a great way to fill your stomach up, since water doesn't work anymore. When you kill stuff, you need to run over their corpses, drink it up, try not to eat too much. Then you can even see your damage. Boom! 542. Acid rain, and a lot of oh, there's heals. Fuck. Heals are kind of jacked up right now because I think Eat Your Vegetables doesn't transfer the damage, but Boomerang does transfer the damage, if I remember correctly. Something like that. You have to be careful if we wanted to use that to heal, but we don't really need it anyways. We have Hearty Porridge. Hearty Porridge will be our heals. So let's go ahead and grab this. We'll just leave that there. Perk-wise, not a fan. I swear my stomach empties out so quick. I was just eating my enemies like 2 seconds ago. I'll take that. Luminous Drill's really interesting with Boomerang, and it's one of those things that's actually really powerful. Like, it's kind of OP broken. And that is because Boomerang, the perk, gives you damage. It also extends the lifetime of spells. Meaning, watch when I shoot my Luminous Drill. Normally a Luminous Drill is like a little lightsaber. Watch this. You see that? Oh, there's oil attached to it too. I gotta watch out for that. Oh, watch out for the oil! Stay away! We gotta get rid of that oil on there. But it makes it where the Luminous Drills actually shoot out of you. So they have additional damage, they have additional lifetime, they shred. There's some eggs as well. That's another interesting one that we could combine with Circle of Stillness. Would Eat Your Veggies stack well with Vampirism then? Actually, hold up. I never really thought about that. Because you're drinking the blood. No, so it'd be a bad thing. Because I believe, unless something with Eat Your Vegetables messes it up, but whenever you got Vampirism, it makes it where blood doesn't fill up your stomach anymore. That way you can just, like, drink, like, infinite blood. So, to have Eat Your Vegetables and that means you would no longer be able to utilize that, I don't believe. I don't think so. I think Vampires removes the satiation. Latali says the worm blood still works for filling up your stomach, though. But I don't know. Yeah, some of those can be really weird. If you're trying to think of an Eat Your Vegetables combination, usually it's Eat Your Vegetables and Iron Stomach. That's the amazing combination, because then Eat Your Vegetables will give you hearty porridge, and the more full your stomach is, the more damage you do. Iron Stomach means you can infinitely fill up your stomach. So you can make an ocean of the healthy porridge and just drink it constantly. So you're always healing, always filling your stomach. Your damage, you can have one single spark bolt and you'll be hitting for thousands of damage. That's the dream combo. Hold on. This one here, I'm trying to think on this. I'm going to make this swap. I don't necessarily think it's necessarily a good move, but I think it's a fun move. That's why I'm doing it. You'll see why in just a moment. Alright, so we removed that, and then now when we shoot it... See, it's pretty crazy. This is Luminous Drills. Kinda wild. But what I wanted to show you also was that... the egg! So then we could say Circle of Stillness in an egg. And then we'll put a triple down and say, I don't know. Let's put 2 bubbles with it, I guess. So this egg will have Circle of Stillness and 2 bubbles packaged inside of it. I'm going to throw the egg in the air and catch it. So now this egg in my inventory has these things stored inside of it, right? I'm running along. I can bring out this egg, and I can crack this egg, and it will boomerang to me. In fact, we may have to use this in a moment. So if I crack this egg right now, this stuff will boomerang to me. But instead of cracking it normally, if I drag this out of my inventory and I throw it down on the ground, it actually doesn't know who owns the egg, and it'll actually start to home onto nearby enemies. And when it does this, it will actually start to kill them, because remember, okay, this kind of sucks because the statue, it's going after the statue right now because it looks at the statue as an enemy. Hold on, let's see if I can... Hey, you. Go after the spider. Go after him. Well, Spider actually deleted the statue for me. It was very nice of him. So that Circle of Stillness is currently just chasing down enemies in that zone. It's just running after them, trying to kill them. And you can do this several times until you run out of charges. Alright, you, go get him. And then it just runs on to the next one. And that boomerang effect, that like kind of home that it has, is pretty decent. As you can see, it's zooming onto enemies that are somewhat far away. Then I grab the Trick Blood Money. So if you wanted to add more damage to the Circle of Stillness, what you would do is you would put it on a bigger wand where you can put more projectiles. 3, 4, 5. Now this one can hold more. So what that means is that when I cast this egg, Like so. That means when I drag it out, that mist, the circle of stillness running after enemies will actually hit even harder now as it's chasing after them because I've put more projectiles with it. Oh shit, I'm hurting. Damn it. I could kill the fish and drink their blood. Where's a great way to do it? I'm freaking out, man. I am freaking out. Please don't go down there. Oh, fuck, it went down there. The water doesn't fill up my stomach. I'm trying to get to the blood in case you're curious. And it's just to make it so that we don't have to eat as much of the party porridge. Alright, start filling up your stomach. That work? No. As you can see, we didn't fill it up very much. So I better go kill some bad guys. Let's go kill some bad guys. See, you can see there's enemies out here that are already dead. That's from the egg we sent out earlier. I mean, from the circle of stillness that we had sent out earlier. That's a pretty cool wand. And again, the reason we don't see many enemies is that circle of stillness ran around and just kind of devoured them. That's a pretty good one too, though. No, you can't eat the frozen bodies. Like they're... I'm starving here. I shouldn't have sent out that freezing because it froze. I killed everything nearby, so there's no corpses. Is he on fire? I think he was. Eat his corpse. He is my vegetables. Or eat the dragon, that works too. Yeah, so I was running over here. I'm like, I'm gonna just go eat the dragon. Oh, dragon, I'm hungry. He's like, I'm hungry too, bitch. It's gonna be who can eat who first. Honestly, it took a lot longer to kill than I originally planned, but, alright, eat him. Eat the dragon. He's delicious. I don't know if this guy counts as a vegetable, but, he fills up my stomach, damn it. That's all that matters. Make him bleed. That's true, we should get some blood out of him and then... Gotta milk him a little bit. I could have swore you can make them bleed more than this. It's kind of garbage. Yeah, I should have just drank it. I wasn't thinking. No reason to... I usually avoid drinking water because you don't want it to fill up your stomach, but now it can't fill up your stomach. Alright, there you got that. Slurp this up a little bit. Oop, too much, too much. Too much slurping! As you can see, we're still running this really, like, basic-ass build, you know? Got him. Not really anything I want. Did you skip more blood? That's true. It would have been nice getting the extra blood from enemies. Oh well. We're gonna be just fine. Did you use TP Flask even once? No, we haven't had to rely on it yet. Everything's been going well. Forgot we have blood money going. Ow. Is that a high-speed bouncing ball wand? No, no, it's just a boomerang build. That's all. It's literally just tons of spells put together. The boomerang at stuff. Oops, I shouldn't be wasting my blood. My precious blood. Ooh, look at that. Could really cast some stuff grouped up on that one. I'll get rid of my digging for that. It's kind of a cool one to throw the egg. Get him, egg. Wait, what? Oh, there it goes. Aha. And... wait, where'd he go? Come back. So all the enemies that my egg is killing, that egg setup that I did, all of them will drop blood money, because I have the perk Trick Blood Money. It means it's money that heals me. Because it doesn't know that it doesn't look at me as the owner of this. So they're just dying essentially, like they're all considered trick kills. Just free bonus healing money. Can you drink the liquid steel? What? What? Are you talking about that there? The molten metal? Mmm, delicious. It burns so good. I'm fire immune, so I don't have to worry about it. My insides are spicy. Triple, so 3, 4, 5, 6, actually, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cast it. Grab that. Run on over here. I choose you, Pikachu. He drops his blood money. There's that vampirism you were just talking about a little while ago. But then again, we'll lose our ability to, because we have the blood we can fill up with right now. Digging Blast, actually, I think that one gives pretty good blood from enemies, right? Eat Steve. We kind of froze him, so not the greatest. Tentacle bleeds. Tentacle bleeds. Like causes enemy to bleed. Is that what you're saying? All right, we need to fill our stomach up. Get that. Got this. A pretty good wand too. Can Mimikyu be used to fill the forage flask? Yes, which means that eat your vegetables is one of those perks that I was always like, you know, for the most part, not really worth the trouble, because once you run out of the hearty porridge, it just becomes where you have an eating mechanic and all that. But because Mimikyu can copy hearty porridge, it means that you can almost look at hearty porridge as like a healthium or lively concoction, because you can just keep making more of it. You can just, like, you know, infinitely heal with this thing, because, you know, Mimikyu will allow you to get a ton of it. The reason I guess I compare it to like healthium or lively concoction, because those, if you have one flask of 100%, healthy porridge, I mean healthium or lively concoction, you put like 1% of a stain on you and it will heal millions of health. Healthy porridge, you have to like take a chug of it to get even like a little burst of healing. But since you can have an infinite amount of it, well then that changes things, because now you're like, okay, well, I can go crazy with this. What are we doing right now? Digging Blasts actually do help amplify damage, which is kind of crazy. Spark Timer, I guess we'll keep the light on there, why not? 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Check our damage real quick. How much damage we doing? 1,200 a pop? I'll take it. Also, I need to grab back my Luminous Drill. And let's go. I'm going to do one reroll on this. I mean, the vampirism is interesting, but not really interesting enough. Explosion immunity. I like it. So one scary thing about throwing down this the egg. So if I was to throw the egg without it losing ownership, it will swap me into places. But by throwing it down like this, it doesn't know I own that circle of stillness like we mentioned before. So if it finds a swapper, it will not bring us into danger. Kind of a big detail. So we can go around here. Wow, blood money for everybody. Even all the way down here, it looks like things were getting gobbled up pretty well. Oh shit! It's like a horror movie. You look around a corner and the dude just gets immediately killed by. Oh shit! Hey, stop that! Oh shit! There's a swapper right there. Oh, we can show the egg thing. So we throw the egg like crack it here. And you see how it did not swap us, even though it's kind of not the best look, because some of my projectiles did try to hit it. Dunk is so chill right now, and we're just having a good time. Why is it homing? Because we have a boomerang effect on it, and so if I drag the egg out of my inventory while there's a boomerang circle of stillness, anything drug out of your inventory, it doesn't know who owns it. So the boomerang effect becomes a homing effect because it's still boomeranging, but it's boomeranging onto like nearby creatures and stuff, which essentially is homing. So if we were to run over here, see if I can load in this area real quick, and then throw our egg down, and then see it homes on to him. This is Big Steve though, so he's a little beefier than the other ones were. Alright, well, I guess we just go kill the boss, yeah? So this boss right here, we have no orbs, meaning that we can actually start to do some goofy egg stuff now. And then, because if you have any orbs, he has a shield that will take ownership of, oops, projectiles and stuff. That was an accident. But in this case, we don't have to worry about that, so all of these effects on him should tear him up quite nicely. And the one on us actually protects us from the lava. It's kind of funny. Keeps us safe. Another zone down. Eggs for everybody. You get an egg. You get. There you go. There you go. Woo! GG! And that was a win from the desert. Where are you, desert? Right here. Disable that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them checked off now. We're slowly getting through the list, working away at a win from every single biome in Noita. We're on a good streak.